Are you feeling lost, stuck, burnout, and at a breaking point? I know that feeling too well. And I want to show you today how you can transform your life with just one major change: prioritizing yourself. Hello everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Carolina and I help women follow their dreams and achieve their goals. And I find that women a lot of times give up on their dreams because they're too busy helping others build theirs while neglecting their own self-care. I was in those shoes where I would prioritize my kid, my partner, my family, and even work a lot of times before I ever cared for myself first. And this brought me to so much bitterness and resentment and ultimately burnout. I couldn't do it anymore, and I said something has to change. And a little bit about me, I love reading a lot. So somebody recommended that I read the book 5 a.m. Clock by Robin Sharma. So I did, and when I started implementing his strategies, that's when I felt like my life slowly started to shift. I truly hope that this video inspires you to transform and change your life if you're in that rut, and that you do the transformation through self-care. Now, when you hear the word self-care, what comes to your mind? Be honest. Social media has created this illusion that self-care is laying down or relaxing in a bubble bath in a spa-like bathroom with candles and chocolates and strawberries everywhere, right? Or it's pampering yourself with a good facial products and facial masks and doing your nails. And don't get me wrong, all that is part of self-care, but it's not the self-care that we're going to be talking about today. Self-care is a synonym for self-respect, and I think when you say it like that, it adds so much more value to caring for yourself. Self-care is the practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness. In other words, it's knowing your worth and protecting it. It is your responsibility and only yours to know what your worth is and to care for your well-being, and above all, to give yourself happiness. Sometimes I think we expect that from other people, but you are the only person who can make yourself have joy, happiness, and ultimately fulfillment. It does not come from outside of you. In other words, no one else can give you that worth except you. And this is why it's so imperative that you prioritize your self-care, because although people will take from you and will always take your energy and your time, they might not give you back what you've given them, and then ultimately making your self-care bucket completely empty. If you really want to transform your life, your self-care needs to come at the top of the list. It should be priority number one, always. But how? In the 5 a.m. book club by Robin Sharma, he describes that there are 3 parts that we mainly have to take care of every day, every person. And I agree with him 100%. It starts with your body or your physical health, then moves on to your soul needs, which are your spiritual needs, and then lastly, your mental or your mind needs. The physical health gives you the energy, the self-esteem, and the power to conquer your life. It energizes you, your organs, it keeps your strength high, and ultimately it makes you feel great. I mean, who doesn't feel happy after going to the gym, right? Looking at yourself in the mirror, looking fit, knowing that you are the one proactively taking care of the only body you got, is a deep connection you create within yourself. Then comes your soul. Your soul needs self-care, which different people feed it in different ways. Some read the Bible, some meditate, some journal, some practice gratitude and mindfulness, but ultimately is connecting with your higher self or God for some people and creating that bond with something bigger than just you. It is part of our nature, so when you give it time and you feed it, it will blossom. In the same way that a muscle grows when you exercise, your spiritual muscle grows when you practice spirituality. Your mind is also a muscle and requires you to work it out every single day as much as you work out your abs. How? Through reading and through studying, you're working your mind to keep feeding it and growing your knowledge. Whether you study a random topic or if you're really focused on learning a specific skill, doing this daily will help you strengthen your mind and open up yourself to creativity. In the 5 a.m. Club, it breaks down your morning routine for excellence by only doing 1 hour total, 20 minutes each. Waking up in the morning, prioritizing yourself before anyone else. He recommends at 5 a.m., hence why the book is called 5 a.m. Club, right? And take care of these 3 things in that same order. 20 minutes your physical activities, then 20 minutes your spiritual activities, and the last minute, 20 last minutes for reading. I find that when I do it, my mindset and my behavior overall is very positive and very energetic. When I read, I find myself with new ideas on what I am trying to do or the specific skill I'm trying to improve. After your morning routine, you should sit down and craft your day. This creates an intentional message to the universe that you want your day to be like you plan it. As you're writing and imagining your priorities for the day, this is ultimately where your mind is going to be the rest of the day. But how do you do it? I have a digital calendar and I also have a physical planner. And every day I write my day and what I'm going to do and my priorities, which are usually only 3 for the day. And those are my musts. I use time block for this, so I know I will have dedicated, uninterrupted time for my priorities. This is crucial if you're really trying to change your lifestyle and take control back. It doesn't have to take so long, 15 minutes max, I think is what I would need. Every person is different, but if you want to shift your lifestyle and get out of burnout, you must protect your peace. You know who or what takes over your peace and destroys it. So you have to be proactive at making sure that these people or these situations are nowhere near you. Some people are energy suckers, and you know that because people feed off of your energy, and all they do is create chaos in your life. So what do you have to do? Protect yourself and protect your boundaries in a huge distance so they may not come near you and may not interfere with your self-care and your peace. In some instances, it may be your family, and that's okay. And that's why I said earlier, you are the only person responsible for creating your own happiness and your joy. I've noticed ever since I created these boundaries for myself and others, my circle of friends got very small and my personal space got very empty. I wasn't pleasing anyone anymore. I wasn't putting myself as a rug to be stepped on. Instead, I was flying solo, but with a lot more focus and determination. It is easy to get distracted and to accept invitations when you know you have something else to do, or scroll through social media without a real purpose. So be aware of your time and how you really want to spend it. Prioritize your me time when it's time to care for yourself. Then give priority to your loved ones, to nurture the right relationships like your children, your kids. And if you're married and to the right guy, hopefully, prioritize your relationship with them as well. And remember, if you don't, it is better to fly solo than to be sharing your time and your space with the wrong people and end up drained and exhausted, neglecting you and your self-care. If you follow these steps in the order I gave them to you, I'm sure you will find yourself in a very different lifestyle within a couple of months. Not only physically, but internally. If you haven't read the book that I mentioned, The 5 a.m. Club, I strongly suggest you do. And then follow my plan. If you've enjoyed this information so far, consider subscribing to the channel and also to my email list so you get notified every single time I post something and you never miss my videos. And if you're interested in finding out your next business idea, go watch this video that I posted last week, where I provide you simple steps on how to figure out your next business idea and finally quit your 9-to-5 job. Thank you for sticking around, and until next time.